My guest today is Nicole Tysvaer. And Nicole, I think you might be the only PhD in home building that I've ever met anyway. So you are the CEO, founding partner of SYMBI Homes. And so tell us a little bit about what SYMBI Home does.
Yeah, thanks, Nigel. SYMBI Homes is a green build startup. We focus on sustainability, energy efficiency, wellness, and technology. It is the child of myself and John Lynham, who's our architect, and Matt Culp, who's our VP of production. We've been working on the SYMBI model for over 5 years. We've developed 3 prototypes in the field, and now we're building our first spec duplex home near Washington, D.C.
Okay, so before we go into the conversation any further, can you explain to me what SYMBI House means? Because I saw that and I was wondering, what is that?
Yeah, so SYMBI stands for symbiosis. The idea is that we build in a way that is mutually beneficial for people and planet.
Okay, so I know when you and I talked about this project a while back, I thought, you know what, this would make a really good case study for us to follow. And as a result, the SGC brands, products, and custom builder, we will be a media sponsor for the house, and we'll be following the construction and looking at some of the installation and some of the cool things you're going to be doing. But one of the things that I wanted to touch bases with you on right now is that it said it's an enlightened approach to home building. What does enlightened approach mean?
Right. So as a core part of our philosophy at SYMBI, we really are looking at how we should be building moving into the future, right? We feel that we're taking a very modern approach towards sustainability, a very comprehensive view, and looking at the needs of families writ large, and not just limiting these types of homes to the very wealthy, right? So how do we bring down the cost? How do we make it affordable? How do we make homes healthy? And it's this sort of comprehensive approach to what we do that we consider a very enlightened approach.
Okay, so we're going to go into your presentation a little bit, but I have one quick question, because you started as a remodeler. What made you decide to go from taking old homes, because we're in a historic district, so you were taking old homes and sort of modernizing them, and now you've basically flipped the script, and now you're actually building brand new homes. So what made you make that transition?
Well, I have to say that my whole foray, after I finished my PhD and went into home building, I was actually building a brand new home from the ground up for myself and my family. And one of the things I got really frustrated with early on was, and this was back in 2012, I had a very hard time finding a green builder, and finding access to green materials. So it started back in 2012 when I said, okay, I want to figure out how to do this different, and I want to make this available to everybody, who wants to build a home. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at some of your slides. So why don't you go ahead and share your screen, and we can show our viewers what your plans are for this house.
Yeah, great. Let's just get this going. So here is SYMBI Duplex 1. This is the project that is underway right now. We're in construction. And here are 3 prototypes that we had developed over the past 5 years. 2 of these are in Arlington and 1 here in Hyattsville, Maryland. And I think this is a good representation of the fact that even though we have these core sustainable elements in all homes, we actually can build in a variety of silhouettes. So we can do more traditional to ultra modern.
Okay. Okay.
Here's just a graphic of the 5 design elements that go into every SYMBI home that I mentioned earlier: the health and wellness, things like air and water filtration, water and energy efficiency. All SYMBI homes are at least 50% more efficient than your typical new build, and they actually can go down to net zero if you add photovoltaic panels, for example.
All right. So what are some of the other elements you're going to have in the house with regards to energy efficiency and some more energy ready features, zero energy ready?
Well, so So the most important factor to energy efficiency is the shell of the house, right? Making sure that you have a very tight, very insulated shell, the walls, the roof, the windows. And that's why we're using what are called SIPs. So those are structurally insulated panels. They are built in a factory and shipped flat, and then they're assembled on site. We call it a partial prefab approach because we do all the interior and exterior finishing on site. And we do that because we feel like it's more economical for us. I love the full prefab model where they bring a whole house cube and drop it down and it has the kitchen and everything. Those are great. But for us, this was a much more economical way to go. We have a great crew here on the ground, so we can move through this process very quickly.
Okay. So what's your next slide?
So another aspect of the SYMBI Homes is this idea that we promote wellness through biophilic design. And there's a lot of research out there right now about this, the idea that when we connect humans to nature, that's the biophilism, that we actually thrive, humans thrive better in terms of, there's a sense of calming, there's a lowering of the blood pressure, there's ability to concentrate better. And so all of the homes have things like indoor, outdoor living space. On the left, you have here this beautiful rooftop deck that we did at the Donnelly residence in Arlington, Virginia. We have lots of glass, lots of views of nature to sort of connect the inside and the outside. We also use materials that mimic patterns of nature as well, like certain types of wood and tiles and things like that.
So now, do you have any more slides, or is this the last one?
Let's see. We got. Okay. So we talked about the issue of affordability, right? So that's the thing that really can be a stickler in green building. A lot of people say they can't afford it. So we've developed ways to bring costs down. One of the ways we do it is we build less square footage per home. So the property that we're building right now in Mount Rainier is a duplex. It's a side-by-side duplex. There's a home on the right, a home on the left. We kept only one front door because we wanted to stay within the character of the neighborhood. It's a neighborhood where there are all single-family homes on this block. But by actually shrinking the square footage a bit, increasing the ceiling height, we're able to bring our costs down. We also economize on the fixtures and finishes sometimes. Not in a way that you'll really recognize it. I mean, it's still, you hear some renderings of our kitchens. Mm-hmm. It's still a very, very beautiful kitchen, but we're not going to do very expensive, custom built cabinetry, for example. We use semi-custom cabinets and, save a lot of money that way. Also LVT tile. Like a wood look in an LVT tile saves us a ton of money, and we can put that money into, a state-of-the-art mechanical system, for example.
Right. So in the minute we have left, tell me, what do you hope comes out of this project?
Well, we really do hope that people will see this project and watch, the video we're creating, Nigel, of the start to finish development of this home, and realize that there are other ways to build. We do not need to max out the square footage. This home is still going to have a beautiful backyard. We can build to a smaller footprint. And there are actually 2 apartments in the basement of this home too. So it's actually a quad, but really create a space that's warm and inviting and functional for modern families.
Okay. Well, Nicole, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And we're looking forward to shooting video and learning more about this project, and then sharing it with our viewers and our readers in Products and Custom Builder magazine. Thank you.
It's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Nigel. I really appreciate it.